job's a joke, you broke, your love life's the away. It's like you're always stuck in second gear, when it hasn't been your day, your week, your month, or even your year. But I'll be there for you when the rain starts to fall. I'll be there for you like I've been there before. I'll be
When shall we three meet again, in thunder, lightning, or in rain?
When the hurly-burly's done and when the battle's lost and won.
That will be ere the set of the sun. Where the place?
Upon the heath,
There to meet with Macbeth. I come, Grey Malkin.
Paddock calls.
Anon.
Fair is foul and foul is fair, hover through the fog and filthy air.
What bloody man is that? He can report, as seemeth by his plight, of the revolt the newest state. This is the sergeant, who look a good and hardy soldier fought gainst my captivity. Hail, brave friend, say to the king the knowledge of the broil, as thou didst leave it.
Doubtful it stood as two spent swimmers that do cling together and choke their art, and merciless MacDonald, worthy to rebel for to that. The multiplying villainies of nature do swarm upon him, from the western isles of kerns and gallows glasses is supplied. And fortune on his damned quarrel smiling showed like a rebel's whore, but all's too weak for brave Macbeth, while he deserves the name, disdaining fortune, with his brandished steel which spoke with bloody execution. Like Valora's minion carved out his passage till he faced the slave, which never took hands nor blade farewell to him, till he unseamed him from the nave to the chaps, and fixed his head upon our battlements.
O valiant cousin, worthy gentleman!
As whence the sun gins his reflection, shipwrecking storms and direful thunders break, so from that spring whence comfort seemed to come, discomfort swells. Mark, King of Scotland, mark, no sooner justice had with valor armed, compel these skipping kerns to trust their heels, with the Norwegian lord surveying vantage, with furbished arms and new supplies of men began a fresh assault.
Dismayed not this, our captains Macbeth and Banquo?
Yes, as sparrows, eagles, or the hare, the lion, if I say soothe, I must report they were. As cannons overcharged with double cracks, till they doubly redoubled strokes upon the foe, except they meant to bathe in reeking wounds or memorize another Golgotha. I cannot tell, but I am faint, my gashes cry for help.
So well thy words become thee as thy wounds, they smack of honor both. Go get him, surgeons. Who comes here? The worthy Thane of Ross.
God save the king.
Whence camest thou, worthy Thane?
From Fife, great king, where the Norwegian banners flout the sky and fan our people cold. Norway himself, with terrible numbers, assisted by that most disloyal traitor, the Thane of Cawdor, begins a dismal conflict, till the Belen's bridegroom, lapped and poof, confronted him with self-comparisons, point against point rebellious, arm against arm, curbing his lavish spirit, to conclude the victory fell on us.
Great happiness!
That now, Sweno, the Norway's king, craved composition. Nor would we design him rule of his men till he's disbursed at the St. Combs inch, $10,000 to our general use.
No more that Thane of Cawdor shall receive our bosom interest. Go pronounce his death, and with his former title greet Macbeth.
I'll see it done.
What he hath lost, noble Macbeth hath won.
Where hast thou been, sister?
Killing swine.
Sister, where thou?
A sailor's wife had chestnuts in her lap, and munched and munched and munched. Give me, quoth I, "Aroint thee, witch," the rum-fed Runyon cries. Her husband's to Aleppo gone, master o' thy tiger. But in a sieve I'll thither sail, and like a rat without a tail, I'll do, and I'll do.
I'll give thee a wind.
Thou art kind.
And I another.
I myself have all the other, and the very ports they blow, all the quarters that they know, in the shipman's card. I will drain him dry as hay, sleep shall neither night nor day, hang upon his penthouse lid, he shall live a man forbid. Weary 7 nights, 9 times 9, shall he dwindle, peak, and pine. Though his bark cannot be lost, yet it shall be tempest tossed. Look what I have!
Show me!
Here I have a pilot's thumb. Wrecked his homeward, he did come.
A drum, Macbeth doth come.
The weird sisters hand in hand, posters of the sea and land. Thus do go about, thrice to thine and thrice to mine, and thrice again to make up 9. Peace, the charms wound up.
So foul and fair a day I have not seen.
How far is it called to forest? What are these so withered and so wild in their attire, that look not like the inhabitants of the earth, and yet are on it? Live you, or are you aught that man may question? You seem to understand me, but each at once their chappy finger laying upon her skinny lips. You should be woman, and yet your beards forbid me to interpret that you are so.
Speak if you can. What are you?
All hail Macbeth, hail to thee, Thane of Glamis.
All hail Macbeth, hail to thee, Thane of Cawdor.
All hail Macbeth, thou shalt be king hereafter.
Good sir, why do you start and seem to fear things that do sound so fair? I, the name of truth, are ye fantastical, or that indeed which outwardly ye show? My noble partner, you greet with present grace and great prediction of noble having of royal hope, that he seems wrapped withal, to me you speak not. If you can look into the seeds of time, and say which grain will grow, and which will not, speak then to me, you who neither beg nor fear your favors nor your hate.
Hail,
Hail!
Hail!
lesser than Macbeth and greater.
Not so happy, yet much happier.
Thou shalt get kings, thou shalt be none. So all hail Macbeth and Banquo.
Banquo and Macbeth, all hail.
Stay, you imperfect speakers, tell me more. By Sanil's death I know I am Thane of Glamis, but how of Cawdor? The Thane of Cawdor lives, the prosperous gentleman, and to be king stands not within the prospect of belief, no more than to be Cawdor. Say from whence you owe this strange intelligence, or why upon this blasted heath you stop our way with such prophetic greetings. Speak, I charge you.
The earth hath bubbles as the water has, and these are of them. Whither are they vanished?
Into the air, and what seemed corporal melted as breath into the wind. Would they had stayed?
Were such things here as we do speak about, or have we eaten on the insane root that takes the reason prisoner?
Your children shall be kings,
You shall be king.
and Thane of Cawdor too. Went it not so?
To the self-same tune and words, who's here?
The king hath happily received, Macbeth, the news of thy success, and when he reads thy personal venture in the rebels' fight, his wonders, his praises do contend. Which should be thine of his, silence with that, in viewing o'er the rest, or the self-same, he finds thee in the stout Norwegian ranks, nothing afeard of what thyself didn't make, strange images of death, as thick as hail, came post with post, and every did bear thy praises in his kingdom with great defense, and poured them down before him.
We are sent to give thee from our royal master's thanks, only to herald thee into his sight, not pay thee.
And for the earnest of our greatest honor, he bade me from him call the Thane of Cawdor, in which edition, hail, most worthy Thane.
Oh, what can the devil speak true?
The Thane of Cawdor lives. Why do you dress me in borrowed robes?
Who was a thane lives yet, but under heavy judgment bears that life, which he deserves to lose, whether he was combined with those of Norway, or did lie in the rebel, with hidden help and vantage, or that with both. He labored in his country's wreck, I know not, but treason's capital, confessed and proved, have overthrown him.
Glamis and Thane of Cawdor? The greatest is behind. Thanks for your pains. Do you not hope your children shall be kings, when those that gave the Thane of Cawdor to me promise no less to them?
That trusted home might yet enkindle you until the crown. Besides the Thane of Cawdor, but 'tis strange, and oftentimes to win us to our harm. The instruments of darkness tell us truth, win us with honest trifles, to betrays in deepest consequence. Cousins, a word, I pray you.
Two truths are told, as happy prologues into the swelling act of the imperial theme. I thank you, gentlemen. I cannot be ill, cannot be good. If ill, why hath it given me earnest of success? Commencing in a truth, I am Thane of Cawdor. If good, why do I yield to the suggestion whose horrid image doth unfix my hair? and my seated heart knock at my ribs. Against the use of nature, present fears are less than horrible imaginings. My thought, whose murder yet is but fantastical, shakes to my single state of man. That function is smothered in surmise, and nothing is but what is not.
Look how our partner's wrapped.
If chance will have me king, why chance my crown me without my stir?
New horrors come upon him, like our strange garments, cleave not to their mold, but will the aid of use.
Come what, come may, time and the hour runs through the roughest day.
Worthy Macbeth, we stay upon your leisure.
Give me your favor. My dull brain was wrought with the things forgotten. Kind gentlemen, your pains are registered where every day I turn the leaf to read them. Let us toward the king think upon what hath chanced, and at more the intern having waited, let us speak our free hearts each to other.
Very gladly.
Till then, enough. Come, friends.
Is the execution done on Cawdor? Are not those in commission yet returned?
My liege, they are not yet come back, but I have spoke with one that saw him die, who did report that very frankly he confessed his treasons, implored your highness's pardon, and set forth a deep repentance. Nothing in his life became him like the leaving it. He died as one that had been studied in his death to throw away the dearest thing he owed, as twere a careless trifle.
There's no art to find the mind's construction in the face. He was a gentleman on whom I built an absolute trust. O worthiest cousin, the sin of my ingratitude even now was heavy on me. Thou art so far before that swiftest wing of recompense is slow to overtake thee. Would thou hadst less deserved that the proportion both of thanks and payment might have been mine. Only I have left to say, more is thy due than more than all can pay.
The service and loyalty I owe in doing it pay itself your highness part. Is it to receive our duties, and our duties are to your throne and state children and servants, which do but what they should, by doing everything, save toward your love and honor.
Welcome hither. I have begun to plant thee, and will labor to make thee full of growing. Noble Banquo, thou hast no less deserved, nor must be known, no less to have done so. Let me enfold thee, and hold thee to my heart.
There if I grow, the harvest is your own.
My plenteous joys, wanton in fullness, seek to hide themselves in drops of sorrow. Sons, kingsmen, thanes, and you whose places are the nearest, know we will establish our estate upon. Our eldest Malcolm, whom we name hereafter the Prince of Cumberland, which honor must not unaccompanied invest him only, but signs of noblesse, like stars, shall shine on all deservers from hence to Inverness, and bind us further to you.
The rest is labor, which is not used for you. I'll be by myself, the harbinger, to make joyful the hearing of my wife. With your approach, so humbly take my leave.
My worthy Cawdor,
The Prince of Cumberland, that is a step on which I must fall down, or leap, for in my way it lies. Stars, hide your fires. Let not light see my black and deep desires, that I wink at the hand. Yet let that be, which the eye fears, when it is done, to see.
true worthy Banquo, he is full of so valiant, and in his commendations I am fed. It is a banquet to me, let's after him, whose care is gone before to bid us welcome. It is a peerless kingsman.
They met me in the day of success, and I have learned by the perfectest report they have more in them than mortal knowledge. When I burned in desire to question them further, they made themselves air into which they vanished. Whiles I stood, wrapped in the wonder of it, came missives from the king, who all hailed me Thon of Cawdor, by which title before these weird sisters saluted me, and referred me to the coming on of time, with Hail King that shalt be. This have I thought good to deliver thee, by dearest partner of greatness, that thou must not lose the dues of rejoicing, by being ignorant of what greatness is promised thee. Lay it to thy heart, and farewell. Glamis thou art, and Cawdor shalt be what thou art promised. Yet do I fear thy nature. It is too full o' the milk of human kindness,
to catch the nearest way. Thou wouldest be great, art not without ambition, but without the illness should attend it. What thou wouldest highly, that wouldest thou wholly, wouldest not play false, and yet wouldest wrongly win. Thou'st have great glamis, that which cries thou must do, if thou have it, and that which rather thou dost fear to do, than the wishest should be undone. Hie thee hither, that I may pour my spirits into thine ear, and chases with the vollow of tongue all that impends thee from the golden round, which fate and metaphysical aid doth seem to have thee crowned withal. What is your tidings?
The king comes here tonight.
Thou mad to say it, is not thy master with him, who weren't so would have informed for preparation.
So please you, it is true, our Thane is coming. One of our fellows had the speed of him, who almost dead for breath had scared me more than would have make up this message.
Give him tending, he brings great news. The raven himself is hoarse, that crows the fatal entrance of Duncan, under my battlements. Come, you spirits, that tend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here, and fail me from the crown on the toe top full of dirtiest cruelty. Make thick my blood, stop up the axis and passage to remorse, that no visitings of nature shake my felt purpose, nor keep peace between the effect and it. Come to my woman's breast, and take my milk for gall. You murdering ministers, wherever in your slightless substance you wait on nature's mischief. Come, thick night, and pall thee in the dewness smoke of hell, that my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the blink of the dark to cry, hold, hold. Great Glamis, worthy Cawdor, greater than both by all hail hereafter, thy letters have transported me beyond this ignorant presence that I feel now, the future in the instant.
My dearest love, Duncan comes here tonight.
And when goes hence?
Tomorrow, as he proposes.
Oh, never shall sun that morrow see. Your face, my thine, is as a book where men may read strange matters. To mingle the time, look like the time, bear welcome in your eye, your hand, your tongue, look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent under. He that's coming must be provided for, and you shall put this night's great business into my dispatch, which shall to all our nights and days to come give solemnly sovereign sway and masterdom.
We will speak further.
Only look up clear. To alter favor ever is to fear. Leave all the rest to me.
This castle hath a pleasant seat, the air nimbly and sweetly recommends itself unto our gentle senses.
This guest of summer, the temple-haunting martlet, does approve, by his loved masonry, that the heaven's breath smells wooingly here, no jutty frieze, buttress, nor coign of vantage, but this bird hath made his pendant bed and procreant cradle, where they most breed and haunt. I have observed the air is delicate.
See, our honored hostess, the love that follows us sometime is our trouble, which still we think as love. Herein I teach you, how you shall bid God ild us for your pains, and thank us for your trouble.
All our service in every point twice done, and then done double. We're poor and single business to contend, against those honors deep and broad, wherewith your majesty loads our house for those of old, and the late dignities heaped up to them. We rest your hermits.
Where's the Thane of Cawdor? We coursed him at the heels and had a purpose to be his purveyor, but he rides well, and his great love, sharp as a spur, hath holp him to his home before us. Fair and noble hostess, we are your guests tonight.
Your servants ever have theirs themselves and what is theirs incomes, to make their augment at their highest pleasure, still to return your own.
Give me your hand. Conduct me mine to host. We love him highly, and shall continue our graces towards him by your leave, hostess.
If it were done when it is done, then 'twere well. It were done quickly. If the assassination could trample up the consequence and catch with his surcease success, but this blow. might be the be-all and the end-all here. But here, upon this bank and shoal of time, will jump the life to come. But in these cases, we still have judgment here, that we but teach bloody instructions, which being taught return to plague the inventor. This even-handed justice commands the ingredients of our poisoned chalice. To our own lips, he's here in double trust. First, as I am, his kinsman and his subject, strong both against the deed, then, as his host, who should against his murder shut the door. Not bear the knife myself, besides this Duncan hath borne his faculties so meek, hath been so clear in his great office, that his virtues will plead like angels trumpet-tongued against the deep damnation of his taking off, and pity like a naked newborn babe, striding the blast or heaven's cherubim, coursed upon the sightless couriers of the air, shall blow the horrid deed in every eye, that tears shall drown the wind. I have no spur to prick the sides of my intent, but only bolting ambition, which o'erleaps itself and falls on the other. How now? What news?
He has almost stopped. Why have you left the chamber?
Hath he asked for me?
Know you not he has.
We will proceed no further in this business. He hath honored me of late, and I have bought golden opinions from all sorts of people, which would be worn now in the newest gloss, not cast aside so soon.
Was the hope drunk wherein you've dressed yourself? Hath it slept since, and wakes it now, to look so green and pale, and what it did so freely? From this time such I account thy love. Art thou afraid to be the same in thine own act and follow, as there art in desire? Wouldst thou have that which thou esteem the ornament of life, and live a coward in thine own esteem, letting I dare not, wait upon I would, like the poor cat I a jade.
Prithee, peace. I dare do all the may become a man, where dares do more is none.
What beast wasn't then that made you break this enterprise to me? When you durst do it, then you were a man. And to be more than what you were, you would be so much more the man. Nor time nor place, and then adhere, and yet you would make both. They have made themselves, and that their fitness now does unmake you. I have given suck, and know how tender 'tis to love the babe that milks me. I would, while it was smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from his boneless gums, and dashed the brains out, had I so sworn as you have done to this. We failed, but screw your courage to the sticking place, and will not fail. When Duncan is asleep, where to the rather shall his day's hard journey soundly invite him, his two chamberlains will I with wine and wassailed so convince that memory, the water of the brain, shall be a fume, and the receipt of reason a line back only. When in winched sleep their drenched natures lie as in a death, what cannot you and I perform upon the unguarded Duncan? What not up upon his spongy officers, who shall bear the guilt of our great quell?
Bring forth men, children only, for thy undaunted metal should compose nothing but males. Will it not be received, when we have marked with blood those sleepy two of his own chamber, and used their very daggers, that they have done it?
Who dares receive it other, as we shall make our own griefs and roar upon his death?
I am settled and bend up, each corporal agent to his terrible feet, away and mock the time with fairest show. False face must hide what the false heart doth know.
Who comes here? The worthy Thane of Ross.
Go
comes here. The worthy Thane of Ross.